Hello, everybody. Welcome to Zoe's Treasures. Today is our glowy show, and my name's Tracy, if you've never been here before. And I am here with my husband, Noel. He is behind the scenes doing our graphics and running our cameras for us. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, hello. So today, dollar starts on everything. $5 max shipping. I think that should be showing up for you. And there are items in the bin, and I have everything listed. Everything is pre-listed. I do have about 5 or 6 random polls I will do at the end. Or maybe I'll do them throughout. We'll see. Whatever it feels like as I'm going through. But we do have items listed. If you want to pre-bid, please feel free to do that. I'm going to work in order. But if you are on a time crunch and you need to hey, I pre-bid on something and I really kind of need to get this and hit the road, let me know. I'm always happy to pull that up and do that a little bit sooner. Other than that, I will be working straight down the list. So with that, I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time talking. We're going to get right to it. We have about 60 items or so to get through. Everything glows today. It is all glowy glass, so different colors, different shapes, different sizes, all just different glass. We try to get as creative as we can when we're sourcing to find the coolest glowy glass that we absolutely can to bring to you. And one last housekeeping thing, you could check the show notes. If you have rewards cards number 3 and 8 and you put those together, you can have $5 off, which is essentially free shipping today. So check that out. And if you have those rewards cards, go ahead and put that code into your wallet. With that, we're going to go ahead and just jump right in with our very first product. We're going to start small and move up to the bigger items as we go along. But our very first one is an antique. Our very first one is an antique inkwell. Not seeing any in the bin. Let me take a look. I do not have any straight up uranium. I have a ton of other glass that glows, but none of your traditional uranium glass today. I will have some next time. Actually, I was at an antique store and just picked up a few pieces this morning. So I'll have some in the next show. Today is just all other types of glowy glass. And to get us kicked off, we have an antique inkwell. Pretty simple little piece here. Oh, I need a riser. So much for being totally prepared there. Did not have a riser ready and waiting for me. But we have an antique inkwell, early 1900s. It does glow, so we're going to show it up close. I'm going to go throw it in the glow box so you can see the type of glow it is before we run it. So there it is up close. Get a good look at that. It does not have a stopper. There is a little chip on it right here, which is consistent with age. It is not a big chip. It is just a little call out there. And there is your bottom. We're going to go ahead and throw this in our glow box. And you can see that beautiful green glow. Well, it's looking more blue. My love, what are we doing here to make that show up? There we go. Yeah, we can see that green on there. And let's go ahead and get that going. We're going to run for 10 seconds with a 3-second restart. And that is up and going right now. I'm having a hard time holding my light steady. Thank you so much for taking a look at that. Let's go ahead and move on over to our next one, which is a creamer that is absolutely beautiful. I love the floral print on this one. Let's go ahead and switch the camera back over here so we can see what I am trying to show you. There you go. Thank you. I got to keep my cameraman in line. All right. We have a beautiful creamer here. What I really like about this one is it has a floral print all around the edges, and then also this big beautiful flower on the bottom, which you can see from the top. This one does not have any chips or cracks. So let's take a look at it here, and then we'll throw it in the glow box. You can see how gorgeous this is. Some of this older glass is just so beautiful, all the cuts on it. Let's go ahead and check out the glow on that one. And that one pops. That one's glowing great. Look at that. I probably should move it over so you can actually see it. And we're going to go ahead and get that running. That is up and going. Thank you for your bid. And Annette, that's going to you. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up is a candy dish. How cool is this? You could take a candy dish and you can fill it up. Oh, let me switch my mic out here. Thank you so much. My first mic wasn't working very well. Hopefully that one's going better. All right, so the first thing we have is another candy dish here. This is a Fostoria. I need to slow down. I'm like, ha. Okay, let's slow down. This is a Fostoria candy dish. Beautiful top. And what I really like about this is the coin dot. So you have your eagle, your Liberty Bell, or the Liberty Torch. So you have all of those great American iconic pictures going around the edges there. And it also, on the bottom, you have a beautiful scalloped top to that. Let's take a look at it, see if you can actually see those up close. There you go, you can see that. Perfect for this anniversary of our country right now this year, so a really great item to celebrate that. Put out on 4th of July with your red, white, and blue candies in there, and you can see that really good glow. And that's running right now. Thank you for your bids. Don Terry, thank you so much. Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
I love that pattern. I've seen that pattern in like blue, red, clear glass. It is a really pretty one. All right, up next we have a little bundle. And this bundle it is 4 mini bottles, but I went ahead and threw something else in there. We have 4 of these little bottles. I'm going to have to show you up close. Each one of these little glass bottles, they come with the cork. They are about 1.5 inches tall each, and they all glow, which we'll show you in just a second. But just to make it a little bit better of a bundle, we went ahead and put in this knife rest. So it is a vintage knife rest. And of course, all of that does glow. So you get all of these little bottles. We have kind of like a clear, smoky color. We have this deeper, darker color. So you're going to get all 4. Let's take a look at how those glow. See if I can set them up here. Sometimes I feel like I don't have enough hands to do this stuff. There we go. And we're going to have to hit it with the light too. That there you go. Look at that knife rest does light up nice and beautiful. Let me go ahead and get that running. You're going to get all of those pieces starting at $1. I like how it glows like a bright yellow. I'm not sure what it is that makes it glow that yellow, but it's pretty cool. And Annette, what a good grab. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's see, what do we have next on our list? How about just a basic glass bowl that you can put with all of your marbles in there or all of your other glowy stuff, and it would really complement it and look really great. So it is a beautiful scalloped edge bowl. Of course, you got your little emblem down there on the bottom that looks like a flower. There's a couple little bubbles in there. It's kind of neat. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this one right into the glow because it really lights up. And there you go. That is up and running right now. Look at how nice and beautiful that glow is on there. All the way through. Think about that filled up with all your glowy marbles. It would be absolutely beautiful. And CMM Gem, thank you so much. We have next coming up, a next item are 2 cruettes. We have the first one has a stopper and the second one doesn't, but they both have beautiful cuts to them. I like when something is not only like you can just see the beautiful texture, but you can also feel it. And they just don't make things like that anymore. So we have this cruette here. It does have the glass stopper. The stopper is in great condition. A lot of times you find these and the bottoms are all chipped up. This one is still in really good condition. We do have a tiny bit of roughness around the edge here. This probably has been used from the stopper being put in there. So there is a little bit of roughness, but other than that, it is absolutely beautiful. I want you to be able to see the pattern. So we're going to switch over. Look at that pattern. And then, of course, we have the stopper there. And let's check out the glow. And that is going right now. My favorite is always the clear glass that you don't expect glows, and then the minute you put a light on it, it lights up because it's like you get a little surprise. Able Treasures, thank you so much. Let's see. Let's do the other cruette that we have today. This one does not come with a stopper, and it does have a little more of a call out on it, which I will tell you, but we are running it for $1. So beautiful, beautiful cruette. This would make a great vase to put some flowers in. We do have a little more roughness all around the top here. It actually looks like maybe the glass was cut into or the stopper. I'm not too sure. We're going to show you up close so you know exactly what it is. So right, I don't know if we can see that there. It's just very, very rough on the inside, right where my finger is. But other than that, there are no chips or cracks, just a very rough opening. It would be a perfect vase. And of course, it has a beautiful glow. I think that one's even brighter than the one before it. If you had some glass glowy flowers and you put that in there, how beautiful would that be? Abel's Treasures, thank you so much. All right, I have 2 relish dishes, and I want to make sure I'm getting the right one. I'm pretty sure this is the right one here. So we have 2 separate relish dishes. We're going to do each one one at a time here. These are perfect for your cabinet. If you are a glowy glass collector and you have a cabinet, you can take these, you can put like a little piece of styrofoam and stack them up. So you can get different size relish dishes and stack them, and would make a really stunning display in your glowy glass cabinet. So this is our first one. Look at that pattern. I did put all of the measurements in the listing. And let's take a look at how that glows. So again, imagine these if you had 3 or 4 of these all kind of stacked up together. That's up and running. Thank you for your bid. Annette, congratulations. You are walking away with some great glowy glass today. We have one more. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. So we're going to do another clear, and then I've got some other colors. So we're going to mix it up a little bit. I know we've been a little clear glass heavy, but we're going to mix it up. Before we do that, this is probably my most favorite relish dish because it is absolutely so stunning to look at. It has so much visual texture. Look at the sawtooth all around the top, which I just think is cool. I don't know why. It's just cool. And then look at all of the detail on there. Absolutely stunning. Let's go ahead and see how that one looks under the lights. And that's going to run right now, $1. You add a little more light. Look at how it pops when I just add a tad bit more light from our flashlight to it. CMM, congratulations. All right, the next one already has a pre-bid on it. And this is a neat one because it's a soap dish. So we talked about at 1.1 show, we were like, let's put glowy stuff in the bathroom. And then somebody reminded me, yeah, that's probably not a good idea because we don't want to take our black lights in the bathroom. But it's still pretty cool. Okay, y'all, my hair is just like has a life of its own today. It's going everywhere. It is still really neat. This is blue glass. So it is a blue glass soap dish. We do have a little bit of flea bites, a little bit of chippiness right in here on the rim. So just letting you know that call out is right there on the rim. I can feel the roughness with my finger. We're going to show you from the top just so you can make sure you see everything there. Let's see, where was that roughness? Right there on that side. And let's go ahead and throw that in the light. And now I like the blue glass because the blue glass glows very murky green. It reminds me of a swamp, which I think is kind of cool. I'm going to put the other light on it here in just a second. So you can see how it kind of glows that just this murky green color, which I think is really unusual for the blue. And Southern Charm. Y'all, Southern Charm is here. She's hiding, though. We keep telling her she needs to come over on camera. She can come whenever she wants. I'm not going to make her, but she is here.
Thank
We
you.
actually got to meet Southern Charm on something. There you go. You have marching orders from your daughter. So we actually got to meet, it's Michelle and her husband, Tim. They are up sourcing in Pennsylvania, and we got a chance to hang out with them. We went to the antique store today. Come on over and say hi. I'm going to make her. There she goes. There she is. So total proof. See, look at, we're here in
Yes,
person together.
Look, and we match.
We do.
There we go.
Look at that. We have found out being in person that we are a lot more alike. Like our husbands are like taking notes and comparing. They're like, oh, yep, they both eat Chick-fil-A. They both want Starbucks. They both do this. So it's been really fun.
All right.
She's like, I'm out. See ya.
I'm out.
She's like, I'm going to go back and just watch from the phone. All right, let's do this next piece. Next one is a jar. She's taking the red. She is forgotten memories. Instead of red chat, I can just like hear something over on the side. So if I just start blushing, just know that's probably what's happening. All right, we have this bottle. I love bottles that glow. This one says Queen on it. It is a Queen brand bottle, wide mouth adjustable. I'm trying to see. Trademark. I do not know what Queen was. I do not know originally if Queen was just a glass or if it actually held something specific. I have no clue. It has one of these clasps. Do not know the proper terminology for the clasp, but it has that. You've got the little glass lid on there. See if I can make it work, if I can make it close again. All right, let's let you take a look at that logo up front or up close. So there's the Queen. You missed 18 minutes. We're building up. I love discounts. We're building up. You didn't miss that much. We're only on number 11. We're going to go ahead and put this under the black light.
Don't tell me you missed Southern Charm introduction.
Look at how good that one glows. This one's really neat. I got a story about Dallas. Let me tell you. All right, this guy's up and running. This is a Queen glass jar with the lid. Running right now. We'll take a little story break. Daisy Lane, thank you so much. That is going to you. We're going to take a little story break. So
Thank you.
I was supposed to come back from Dallas this morning, but then Southern Charm, or Michelle and Tim got here, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to get home. I want to hang out with them. So I got a flight out yesterday afternoon. I thought I was being smart. Conference ended around 12:30. I called the travel agent, got a flight, headed straight over to the airport, got on a plane. First of all, did you know Dallas has 2 airports? I learned this yesterday because I booked my Uber to the incorrect airport. I get in the Uber, and the Uber driver says, you're going to Dallas Fort Worth. I'm like, yes, Southwest. He goes, Southwest doesn't fly out of there. I'm like, well, then maybe I'm not going to that airport. So we got that. Yes, we got that figured out. Love Field, exactly. Went to Love, got on the plane, got on Southwest. I was flying to Louisville, Kentucky. I was supposed to just stay on the plane. You know, they let people off, people get on, and then we go on to Baltimore. We get to Louisville. We switched our seats. I'm sitting there, and they go, anybody who stayed on this plane, I need you to get off. Our flight is being delayed. Okay, great. We get out. Come to find out, every single airport, there's 3 of them in the D.C. area, was shut down. We've heard 3 different reasons why, but there was no flights going in or out of D.C. where I needed to go. I waited and I waited. I got frustrated. I got fed up. So I went and rented a truck, and I drove the 8-hour drive home. I got home at 3 o'clock this morning. Then I was up at 7 so we can go shopping. Been a great day so far. I know I should have, but I was trying to get home really fast. And as it was, I drove straight through 8 hours, but I made it home. All right, enough squirreling. Let's do another item. Did you guys know that Hall, the pottery, glows? I just learned this, so now I'm obsessed. Now I'm looking for this whenever I go shopping. So this is what I'm talking about. These Hall pieces here, this is like a casserole dish or like a baking dish of some sort. They actually glow, and we're going to show you how they glow. This one's in really good shape, no chips or cracks. There is some paint wear. You can see around the edges a little bit of paint wear. There's some marks on the inside. It's been pre-loved. And then, of course, the back does show signs of age, but you've got that Hall mark back there. Well, let me show you what it does under the lights. All right, look at this under the light. Is that not amazing? I never knew pottery could glow until I saw this. Millicent, what are you saying? I've done that one time when all the rentals were taken. You rented a U-Haul to come home. Oh my goodness. All right, we're going to go ahead and run this haul. Look at that glow. That is up and going right now. $1 start. Y'all, that is a piece of pottery we are looking at, not a piece of glass. I am still completely amazed by this. Some of you are like, Tracy, that's old school. I've known that forever. CMM Gem, that is going to you. Congratulations. But I just learned it and I'm fascinated. I'm easily amused, everybody. Very easily amused. All right. It does have such a beautiful glow, doesn't it? Let's do a little blue swan. We can debate, is this a swan? It's a duck. I'm calling it a swan. We have a little blue swan here. There are a few little bubbles in there. Supposed to be in there. Nothing wrong with them. No chips or cracks. Give you a close-up look. He is 2.5 inches by 3 inches. And of course, it's going to glow because we are doing a glowy show. Look at that one. That one lights up really good. And that's up and running right now. We have a few more pieces, like little figurine pieces we'll get to. Thank you for your bids. And CMM Gem, congratulations. That is a good pickup. He is adorable. All right, if you like swans, maybe you'll like lovebirds. We have our traditional 2 little blue lovebirds here sitting on a blue heart. They love each other. They are very happy. But this one is extra special because it is signed. We're going to go to the other camera and see if we can show you that signature. Did I say signed on the bottom, 1991? I don't know if I can make out. There it is. You can kind of see it there. Don't know if I can make out exactly who signed it, but you can see that signature in 1991. And this is what it looks like. 2 little lovebirds sitting together. And we're going to see that glow. Nice and bright. And that's going right now. That would make a really good Easter present to somebody. Just saying. Two peas in a pod vintage. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I like the lovebirds. Every time I need to get lovebirds. Only 22 days till Easter. That's right. So we need to buy Easter gifts, everybody. That's like should be our main whatnot focus at the moment. But I was going to say, every time I get upset with my husband, I need to buy one of those and just have the little lovebirds and set it around the house so he has reminders. That should be my plan from now on.
I'll replace him with glowy bunnies.
All right.
Sorry, I'll replace it with glowy bunnies.
I warned you that I became a little obsessed with the Hall pottery. I have 2 pieces today. We already saw one. This is the second one. So another piece of pottery. This is the coffee pot, or the drip-o-later coffee pot, to be exact. So we have the lid. It is in really good shape. And then you have the inner workings here. I don't know how these things work. We just have this. I don't know if there's supposed to be more or not. But then you have that. It does need a little scrubbing in there. I gave it a quick rinse down, but you probably need to scrub it if you're going to actually use it for coffee. And let's take a look at the glow. You can only see once a week. Oh, come on, Millicent. I'm relying on you now. All right, that is up and going. So if you all do not know, we do a chat show, a podcast on YouTube every Sunday night. It is Zoe's Treasures. Don Terry, thank you so much. This really cool coffee pot is heading to you. So our podcast is myself, Zoe's Treasures, I Love Discounts, which is Tony and Lysandra, and Green 13, which is Jeremy. And in our last show, everybody in the chat and the podcast settled a debate between my husband and I about how do you greet raids. And we've had this debate going between us for quite a while. And Millicent gave us a very nice compromise and in essence saved our marriage over how do you supposed to raid. Episode 7 should be required watching. Thank you, What Liz Likes. Episode 7, tomorrow night at 6:30, we are talking. Our topic is
Imitate or innovate.
imitate or innovate in your Whatnot business. It's going to be a really good one. All right, let's look at our other inkwell here. So this is another antique inkwell, but this one has the stopper to it. So we have this one. It looks very similar to the other one, but we actually have the stopper. I was going to say it is all in one piece, but we do have a little flea bite right there on the edge of that stopper. We'll show you up close so you can see that flea bite.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, Miss Liz and Miss Millicent.
See right, you can kind of see it right there on the tip of my finger. There's a little flea bite there. We're going to go ahead and take a look at that glow. Look at that light up. How beautiful. And that is running right now. All new Schiller Should Watch episode 6. Oh, thank you, What Liz Likes. Daisy Lane, thank you so much. That is heading to you.
Thank you.
I like saying your name. I don't know why. Daisy Lane just makes me smile. Okay, if you didn't know, purple glass, almost all purple glass, not every single piece, but very close to it, glows. Of course, I did not know this until I started getting into glowy glass. So anytime you see purple glass, hit it with your flashlight just to see if it glows. We have 2 candlestick holders here. They're more like your tea light holders. I really like them because of the back. First of all, they have little pedestal bases, but then you have a lot of texture around the back that makes them very, very pretty. Let me go ahead and pin them so you can see all the good information. There we go. So they are amethyst. And of course you have a scalloped edge going all around there. Let's take a look at the light. And these ones have that murky glow to them. I'm going to hit it with the flashlight too, because it's not coming up really, really good with just those lights. But let me hit it with the flashlight. They have a great murky green glow. You're going to get the pair of those. CMM, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's do a piece of blue. Is blue next?
He's still sick? I figured by now he'd be
Oh, no.
almost recovered. I hope he's feeling better.
Oh, yeah, we hope Tony is feeling better. All right, let's take a look at this blue one here. This is Bering's Bitters. I think that's alcohol. I'm just guessing. It sounds like alcohol to me. Bering's Bitters sound like some type of schnapps, if you ask me. If not, they should really check out that for a name. But we have our apple on there. Really neat design going around the edges, almost like a columns. Take a look up close. It does kind of look like an old skyscraper. I really like, yeah, it does. Like with this over here with the columns. And of course, it's going to glow. This is in great shape. It does not have the stopper, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I probably am going to have to hit that with the light too. Sometimes with the blue glass you need to. But let me get it running. All right, that is going in. I'm going to hit it with the light so you can also see that glow on there. And Dawn Terry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, that would be really good with fairy lights. That really would. That is such a great idea. All right, let's do this one. This glass, it is clear glass. But again, clear glass that glows is like just that extra touch of surprise. But it was the shape of this glass. I am sure they're not grapes. It says apple on there. I'm pretty sure this time I love discounts because it actually said apple. I know I get confused with my fruit sometimes. But check this guy out. What is cooler than a poodle bottle that glows? So you've got this poodle guy here. He doesn't have a top. That's okay because he is so cute. He does not need a top. You can find something to put on the top there. Let's take a look at his face first off. Look at that. Look how adorable he is. Now, I would never think, very regal, and I would never think something like this would glow. But you know my husband, he sticks that light on everything that he comes across. And lo and behold, he found a glowy poodle. And that's up and running right now. This is one of those pieces you probably don't come across a whole lot. At least I haven't in my whatnot career. CMM, congratulations. Let's take poodle alert. Let's take a look at this candy jar. Look at that. Look at how beautiful this is. This is so beautiful it almost looks like crystal to me. But we all know crystal doesn't really glow. How stunning is this? The cuts in here, it just looks like rays of sun coming out. You have the top. We have no chips or cracks on this guy. Let's take a look up close and then we'll show you the glow. Look at that. Even if you didn't put it in a glowy cabinet, if you just had it like this, it's absolutely beautiful. But then you add the fact that it's going to glow too. Can't really ask for much more than that. Look at that. Your multivitamin gummies. Hey, totally. I'm with you. Let's do it. Up and running.
Especially the ones that glow.
Mini Oreos, M&Ms. I mean, just think of all the multitude of treats. Rainy D, congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, how cool would it be if they actually made, do they make glowy candy? Is this a thing? Do we have any glowy candy sellers on Whatnot? If yes?
Yeah.
Do they?
I think so.
So there you go. You could fill it up with any glowy candy. That would be totally cool. They do. All right, now we know what to do. Okay, every glow show, some of my favorite glow pieces are butter dishes, like the antique butter dishes. There's a version of Sour Patch. I wish I would have known. Now I know my next glow show is going to come with candy. I'm going to buy glowy candy to put with items like that. We're going to have little bundles on the next show. You've just given me a brilliant idea. Okay. I love glowy butter dishes. Do not know why. You should have had it in one of your shows. So every show I try to bring at least one really cool butter dish. And this is my butter dish this time. You can say this is butter or cheese because that's an awful lot of butter that would go in there. But look at this lid. First of all, look at how tall that is. So you've got just this nice lid. I'm not feeling any flea bites or anything. And then you have the etching on here. We're going to show this up close, but you have the leaf etching. And then look at the bottom. Look how beautiful that is. And the way it sits, you actually have space around the edge here. But I want to show you this etching. Let's go ahead and switch over to this camera so I can show you how beautiful those leaves are. That's a single serving for butter. Oh my goodness. That sounds like a heart attack, but I'm down for a lot of butter. All right, there you go. Look how beautiful that is. And we're going to see the glow on this guy because it is really stunning glow. A mini cake plate. You could put a cupcake in there. And we're going to check that out. Let's switch over. Look at how gorgeous that is. And that is running right now. Thank you guys for your bids. Southern Charm, thank you so much. I could just walk over and hand it to her right now. We'll put it here so we can make sure to pack it up so she makes it home safely with that one. If it'll fit. Y'all, Southern Charm, Michelle and her husband Tim, they rented a van to bring down. This thing, there's not going to be a place for them to sit. They're going to be like this driving home because they bought so much stuff. I did not put on local pickup. That's probably my fault.
Watch this.
Uh-oh.
No, don't do that. Oh my God.
That's not nice. Don't do that to her. We're going to put you in the bubble if you do that again.
I'll have to give you a finger next time.
Uh-oh. I love discounts. Uh-oh. We can't talk about the chairs. Let's go ahead and move on to the next item. I don't know anything about the chairs. They are in my garage, though. We do have them safe and sound. Your chairs are in my garage. But if they stay much longer, they may end up somewhere in my house because they're really cool chairs. Just saying. All right, we have a picture here. How about if you put something with smoke coming out of this for Halloween? That would be pretty cool with this glowy picture. Scalloped edge, very just simple and elegant in its design, not overdone, not super fancy, but it glows and it would look really cool at Halloween time with some type of smoky stuff coming out of there or some type of really cool liquid. Look at that glow. I do have all the measurements in the listing, so just to kind of keep things moving and not having to measure on the fly, they are all listed in the listings. Rainy D, thank you so much. And here's the deal. If they don't have room for the chairs, that just means that you need to come here and visit us again. See, there's like a method to all of this. We're just going to scheme to make everybody keep visiting us. I have someone in mind for the teal blue if she's okay. Do you want me to hold on? I mean, we'll get to it. It's a little bit, so just let me know when we get to it. We can like skip and wait if you want me to wait, or if you want me to hurry up. Either one, you just tell me. Let's go ahead and do this teddy bear. This is a Fenton birthday bear, and he's down here somewhere. Here he is. He is the blue one. What is the blue month? What stone is the blue month? Oh, you were explaining to Noel. Okay, cool. Anybody know? It's not. I know September. Thank you. I'm thinking of my kids' birthdays. It's none of my kids' birthdays, so those are the only ones I really know. So we have a September Fenton bear. We do have an original. I'm going to turn it this way. Fenton sticker that is very faded, but you can still make out enough of Fenton to know that it's legit. So let me turn it over there, so you can still make out just enough of the word to know that it is truly a Fenton bear. And there he is up close and personal. Adorable little Fenton bear holding his foot with that blue heart. All right, let's go. September, yep, we already said it. Let's go ahead and put him under here. Look at that beautiful guy glowing like crazy. And up and running. Thank you for your bids. Hello, Choco Dog.
Hello, Miss Kim.
Don Terry, congratulations. That is heading to you.
Thank you.
Let's do another duck. Well, I never knew that. You know what? I didn't either. It is amazing, you guys. She is. Noel keeps teasing her and putting her on camera. So, but if he does it again, I'm not sure. Like, he's been messing with her for a while now. So, all right. We have an art glass duck. This one is a duck for sure, not a swan. And it reminds me of a baby duck with its beak wide open, waiting for its mama to feed it. Look how beautiful this is. The inner part of it is really a deep blue, but then you have a lot of clear glass kind of encasing it, going around it. So we're going to give you a close-up view of that.
She's being camera shy.
There's a close-up. Look at that big old mouth, big beak there. It is a little baby duck. We have some wings, a little tail going on back there. And let's take a look at the glow. This one is a murky glow. This isn't a bright green glow. As soon as I hit run, I'm going to put the light on it too. Again, usually the blue is a little more murky. It is up and running. Thank you for your bids. 2 peas in a pod. Congratulations. I'm going to go that this is a baby duck. You're getting a baby duck. All right. I am a huge milk glass collector. I love my milk glass. And the older the milk glass is, the more likely it is to glow. And this is an old Fenton piece. Let me grab it here. Very simple in its design. It is a button and daisy. So happy Saturday. Welcome in. It is our Button and Daisy Fenton piece here. We'll show you up close so you can see it. And it is a sweet little candy dish. It has the 2 little handles on here. Let's take a look at this direction. It is unmarked Fenton, so probably early or pre-70s. But you have that Button and Daisy pattern. Or is it? Yeah, no, it is unmarked. I'm like, yes, I'm right. It's unmarked. And just look at that wavy edge. This would look great on a vanity. You can put your little jewelry, trinkets, whatever in there. And it doesn't glow really good under the light, but once I hit it with my flashlight, it's going to glow great. So let me go ahead and hit it with my flashlight for you. There we go. Now, once it's under the flashlight, you can see that green going. Is it getting washed in all our bright lights? It is green. I can see it here clear as day. It's just getting a little washed in some of the lights. And CMM, thank you so much. Beautiful piece of milk glass.
Thank you.
I'm like back and forth here. Don't know where I'm putting things. How about another little Fenton piece? This one is the top hat. These are pretty popular Fenton pieces for like the, they come in all different colors. This one is a blue one, so we're going to have the murky glow to this guy. But you have the beautiful top hat here. It's a piece of tape. Look, you even get an extra little piece of tape. All right. It's going to stick to my finger forever. Let me just make sure. We have a tiny little rough spot right here. I can't see anything, but I can feel a little rough spot right there with my finger. Let's take a quick look up close, and then we'll throw it in the box to see the glow. It almost just sparkles just like that, right? So nothing visible, but again, I did feel a rough spot on it with my finger right there. Let's take a look at that glow. And you got that murky green, a little bit brighter for a blue one, a little more than what I would expect on blue. And then once you hit it with the light, it really starts to pop. Choco Dog, thank you so much. That is going to you.
Thank you.
Up next, we have a creamer. I love creamers regardless, and then a creamer that glows just that much better. This one is beautiful. If I can remember which one it is. Where did I put it? Here, I put it. I thought, look at me. I put everything out in order, and then I start looking for it like I didn't put it in order. Look at this one. What is so cool about this is this handle. It almost reminds me of like somebody going like this with their muscles. That's what it looks like he's showing off his big old muscles there. But then up here is nice and delicate, like it's a lady. It's just so beautiful and dainty. Well, then you got the big muscles on this side. And of course, you got the beautiful pedestal vase. And you got a lot of glow. Yeah, let me hit that with my light too. Look at that guy glowing. So beautiful. CMM, congratulations. We have another creamer
Thank
too
you.
that is absolutely stunning. The design on it. We're going to get to that in just a second. Our next one up, this is a 3-piece set. This one's really cool. So this is a Fostoria bowl, and it's one of those divided bowls. And it actually comes with 2 glass ladles, and those glow too. So let's start with the bowl. We've got this beautiful bowl, has all this etching all around. I think it's acid. I think they do this like an acid etched. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. And then you've got the really gorgeous design on top. It is a divided bowl. And because you have 2 sides, you obviously need 2 spoons to go with it. These are glass spoons. These glow just as much as the bowl glows. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right. It is going now. Up and running. You get your glowy ladles, your glowy bowl. This would be another good one to put glowy candy. That's coming. Next show, I'm totally using that idea. CMM, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, my husband's telling me to slow down, which he's probably right because I do have a tendency to go, 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 go. So we're going to just take a deep breath. We're going to slow down. We're going to move on to an Indiana child's plate. This one is almost like a light lavender, and it has your boy and girl on there, and they're doing the seesaw down here, and it says seesaw. I'm trying to read all the rest of it. I'm going to have to turn it around. I can't read backwards. Marjorie Daw, seesaw, Marjorie Daw, my pretty maid. So all of the little words going around. Let's take a look from the top so you can actually see it. It is a very kind of light lavendery color. This would look really beautiful, like up on a wall. We're going to go ahead and throw it on the light box here so you can take a look at it. But let me stand it up. I'm going to grab a stand here and stand it up so you can see the glow. Really good. All right, I'm going to have to hit it with my light because it's glowing on this side. We're going to get that started, and let me hit it with the light. And you can see that green coming out in there. CMM, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This next one is probably one of my favorite pieces because it's just so pretty. It is right here. This is another lavender glass. So it almost has a mix between a clear, but it has just this, on the surface, it looks like when you first look at it, like it's clear glass. What number light? Honey, what number light is that? Tech 365. He's my tech guy. He knows all the answers to those things. So our flashlights are 365 and our glow box lights, are those the same? Yep, so 365 all the way around. All right, so when you first look at this, you think it's clear, but then you kind of look a little bit deeper, and it's actually this really beautiful lavender color, heart, trinket dish, candy dish. We'll show you from the top. It is so beautiful. Look at all that design in there. You have your sawtooth, but it's like, it's not just an even sawtooth. It's almost like a scalloped edge with the sawtooth in it because it goes up and down. So you can see that wave going on. And let's take a look at the glow on this. I got to set it a little sideways for this stand, but you're going to be able to get the whole concept. Look at that. I don't even have to add any more light to that. That just pops right away with that bright green. Hello, I love discounts. Weren't you already here? Well, welcome back. Oh, is that Tony? Hi, Tony. Annette, that is going to you. Thank you so much. See, this is the benefit of having two different usernames. Then I know who I'm talking to.
Hello, Tony. Hope you're feeling better.
You are one. You are. When you get married, it's whatever the wife wants, whatever the wife says. That's the way it is. That's the oneness in marriage. All right. Is he like putting? Yes, I do love you though. All right, we have a glass apple. I've had one of these before, and they are really, really pretty. What I love about it are all the bubbles that are in there, and then you have the. I don't know if this is brass or not. It is a type of metal. It looks brassy, but I don't know what type of metal this is. But you've got the stem and the leaf, which just gives it that extra little touch. Let's take a look up close so you can see what it looks like. So you've got that. Of course, you've got your stem and your leaf. And this guy glows like crazy. It's like the poison apple from Snow White. Isn't Snow White with the poison apple? There you go. That is up and going. Just think, how cool would your kid be walking around on Halloween with like this under some type of, like, if you had a light on this, that would be like the coolest prop ever to have. They would get so much extra candy. Abel's Treasures, congratulations. Next, we have the next item is a Marigold Carnival glass bowl. Another piece that typically I did not think glows, but this does have some glow to it. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. So let me grab that for you and show you that. So this is your glass bowl. Possibly not a bowl. I mean, it's like a candy dish. I love the unique shape of this and the two applied handles. It is very beautiful. We're going to show you up close so you can see how pretty it is. Maybe. Uh-oh, our cameras all of a sudden just aren't switching. There it goes. All right. So we can see how beautiful that is. And then look at the pattern on there. Let's go hold it down here so you can see that pattern. Look at how pretty that is. And you can see from the carnival glass, those rainbow of colors. You've got your little flowers here. Let's take a look at the glow on this one. All around the edges there, all around the outside. Hopefully it picks up. We're going to hit it with the light too. It's picking up in person so much more than getting a little washed out on the screen. But we're going to go ahead. Those applied handles go, and then all around the edges lights up a beautiful green. And that is running right now. I was super surprised by this because I haven't found a lot of this carnival glass to be glowy like this one is. So I don't know why this one is special, but it is. CMM, congratulations. You are getting some awesome glowy glass today. Did I? For some reason, I do not think those were listed twice. All right, we have already done that glowy glass candy jar. We're going to keep moving down. I don't know why it's in there twice because I went through this list right before the show started. So we're going to skip that glowy glass. The one right here, let's see. It is the candy jar because we already did run that. So I do not know. It was not in here twice before I started the show. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on. But we're going to go ahead and move down to this purple glass. This is a Dugan. This is a Dugan art vase. You have to have a pretty kind of wide bouquet. I just think this would be great as is, as an art glass piece. I love the top of it, and it has kind of like this crimped, ruffly edge. And then the sides here looks like it's been stretched, like it's been pulled up, hence the name Pulled Loop. Let me show you up close. Our cameras are acting up today. There we go. Looks a little dark here, but let's see. There you go. You can see that pulled look to it there. And then, of course, that really unique top. How beautiful is that? Shipping cost, everything should be $5 max today. So you pay $5 once, then you shouldn't have to pay anything more at all for shipping. That is your bottom. And let's go ahead and take a look at that glow. We're going to hit it with the light too. It is more of a murky glow. This is a darker purple. So we're going to hit it with that other flashlight here so you can see that more of that murky glow on there. See, you can see that green popping through. That is up and running. This is a really beautiful piece with or without your lights on it. And CMM, thank you so much. What a great pickup. That one is really beautiful. This is the other creamer I was talking about. This is the really intricate creamer, and it has a lid. Isn't that not the coolest thing? A creamer with a lid? Look at this. How stunning is this? It almost looks like a small pitcher, so it could be like a very smaller pitcher or a bigger creamer. But we have the lid. I'm going to show you this part first. It is just so beautiful. I'm going to show you up close too in just a second. But then you have the lid here, and it's not just a lid that sits inside. You actually have the part of the lid that goes over the spout. Let's take a look from the other side. Look at that. How beautiful that is that. Even if you never put a light on this, is that not the most like elegant royal creamer you have ever seen? Let's take a look at the glow. And this is a very more of a softer green glow. You definitely can see it, but it's more of a softer color. It is not that uranium bright green. This is just very princessy. It's regal. It's just gives you that soft elegance. CMM, congratulations. You're going to be getting multiple boxes.
On its way to you.
All right, how about a banana dish? Now, this banana dish, I don't know if it's made to sit a little wonky, like a certain angle to keep bananas at their freshness. I don't know if there's a science behind that. but this does sit a little wonky. So I'm going to show you. I kind of feel it was made this way because I don't know how it happens after the fact. But can you see that? Can you see that there's a slight lean? You love the graphic box? Oh, thank you so much. Y'all, out of all the graphics my husband plays, that's the one that I'm not the most fond of. I like his other ones, but he likes it and other people like it, so we keep it. But, you know, we all have our favorites. So anyways, look at this. So this boat here, banana boat, actually kind of slopes down this way a little bit. I've seen glass when it's super hot. You think that's what happened? It just got super hot and got a little wobbly to it because it does. See, it just has a little slant. It is still, regardless if there's a little slant or not, it is a stunning, stunning piece. We'll show you from the side, then we'll throw it in the glow. Look at how pretty that is. It is just beautiful. I love this part right here on the pedestal. And let's go ahead and take a look at the glow. This one lights up really good. See if I can get it to go over a little bit more. We only have so much space. My box is only so big there. All right, we're going to go ahead and run it. That's going right now. So you get the banana boat. These are also great in a bathroom to hold guest towels. And roll them up and put them in there. And it's just a really unique way to display your guest towels. Oh, Daisy Lane, look at that. Great minds think alike. Southern Charm, thank you very much. Daisy Lane, I wasn't even reading your comment, but I totally agree. And great minds do think alike. Let's do a cake stand. Almost every glowy show, I do seem to have a cake stand also. Butter dishes and cake stands, almost every show. We do. There's a lot of things we agree on. So tonight's cake stand is this guy. I could probably buy these all day long. Like every time I go to the antique store, I see really cool cake stands. They're just not the easiest things in the world to ship. So I do limit myself on how many I purchase in order to be able to bring to you. But this one is beautiful. I like this one because if you got the right size cloche on this, it would be perfect. You found an Amberina cake stand. Oh, that would be beautiful. And look at, let's see which way. Oh, look at, I got it right. Look at that design. How pretty is that? You can also flip it over if you wanted. Don't know what you do, put a candle in there or something. But it is beautiful. So besides a cloche, you can also use it as a riser. So if you don't want to use it for cake, you can use it as a very elegant riser. If you were a jewelry seller, this may be a really cool riser to incorporate into your jewelry shows. We're going to go ahead and check out the glow. And it is in there. Let's see if we can see that glow. We're going to also hit it with the flashlight. That is up and running right now. The pedestal to the very top, all of it does glow. I love the base too. Isn't it beautiful? Southern Charm, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now I don't have to ship it. I'm very thankful for that.
I'm going to kick her out of the room. Sorry. I'm going to kick her out of the room.
All right. The next one is a purple vase. This is one that's surprisingly heavy for how it looks. It looks very delicate and very simple, but it is actually a substantial piece of glass. Like it has some weight to it. We have the beautiful ruffle top. There's your bottom to it. You do have some bubbles going on in there. And again, it is a very heavy, substantial piece. It stands 9 inches tall. And it has one of the murky glows, so we're going to hit it with the light too. Let's hit it with that light so you can see it. This is that swampy green glow. And it is running right now. Annette, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where are we? How about a square? We're gonna ease down a bit and then come into some kind of take it back up to a few more bigger pieces. But we have a square candy dish. And I do have some random pieces that I haven't listed that we'll just run as randoms. But we've done a few like relish dishes. This may be a relish dish too. I listed it as a candy dish. You can use it for anything you want, really. But it does glow. It has a really decorative edge to it. It's pretty. It's a pretty dish. And I like that it's square instead of your typical oval or round. All right, my husband says, show it from the top. So we're going to show it from the top. If the camera works. There we go. Look at how beautiful that design is. Almost, I would say it's almost a little Art Deco-y. This kind of defeats the Art Deco, but like all the geometric patterns on the inside reminds me of that time period. Let's take a look at the glow.
And Millie, I tried to get pictures, but she refused.
Swampy, yes. There you go. That is a beautiful glow on that one. And that's up and running right now. Patricia, congratulations. That is heading to you. Thank you so much. And that was a first purchase. Congratulations. Was it? I don't see it. I thought that's what my husband just told me. Either way, thank you very much. I may be wrong. I may be right. I don't know. It's at any given no. Thank you. At any given moment, I could be right or I can be wrong. This is my life. The story of my life.
Hey, Miss Kate.
It's a
how you doing?
crapshoot. All right, let's move on to this creamer, which is
Welcome in.
very Art Deco-y. This one has these patterns on it. We're just going to have to admire this up close. Let's go ahead and switch this and just take a look at this one up close. Look at those patterns on there. Does that kind of remind you of a circus? For me, it reminds me of like circus curtains or a theater type curtain for some reason. I really like it though. I think it's beautiful and it is tall and it is on a pedestal. We're going to go ahead and put it over here because it has a beautiful green glow. And if I click the right button, we're going to get it running. It is running right now. Let me also get a little more light on that guy. CMM, congratulations. How about another piece of milk glass? Y'all, I can't hear when my husband runs a graphic or runs any sounds in the background. I have no clue that he's doing it. So I'll start to talk and then I'll see it on the screen. So then it's like try to be quiet really quick. Okay, this is a beautiful piece of milk glass. This one is Westmoreland. It is your Westmoreland candy dish. So it is your square candy dish on a very short pedestal base. But anything on a pedestal base immediately just like elevates the look to it, right? It just, think about if it didn't have the base, it would just be a candy dish. But then you add the base and it's just like magnificent at that point. It is Westmoreland. It is marked Westmoreland. We have the mark right here. I know you're not going to, thank you. You're not going to be able to see it, but there is a little W right there. It is Westmoreland. It is in beautiful shape. We have the Westmoreland on the bottom too. Beautiful pattern on it. And this guy has some glow. I may need to hit it with a flashlight because the milk glass under these other lights does not work very well. Well, let me get it started and I will hit it with the flashlight too so you can see it. All right, there you go. You can see that green the minute I get that flashlight going on there. This is older milk glass. The older the milk glass is, the more glow it usually has to it. And Daisy Lane, thank you so much. All right, this next piece. This is really cool. I got super excited when I found this. This is a vintage Eagle decanter. Had some type of alcohol at some point. Have no idea what kind, but there was alcohol in there. It is empty now, so you can put whatever you want. But it is an Eagle. How cool is this? It's an Eagle, and it glows. Now, the only call out is, you can see the head, there's a little, it comes on and off really easily. There is no like rubber, this way, which way are we looking? There we go. There's no rubber or anything in there to like soften it here. So it does sit, I mean, it'll stay on there, but it's a little, That is an easy fix. You could put a gasket or something. Many of those square boxes were made to serve. Were they, Daisy? That's interesting. Well, I've learned something new today. That's really cool. Maybe that's why they feel like it feels more substantial, that milk glass, and that makes sense if it would be part of like an overall serving set like that and not just decorative type piece. All right, let's go ahead and see this guy glow. Square shape fit the cut cone. That makes sense. Y'all, Daisy Lane is another vintage seller. If you're not familiar, she does shows on Friday nights at 9:30, 9:45-ish. And she's a great storyteller, just an innate natural ability to tell stories, and not like it's stuff like this, like the honeycomb, the history. So you get some history, you get some story behind it. Awesome show. You really do need to check it out. A wealth of knowledge. Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and check out the glow on this guy. All right, let's see if I probably still need to hit it with the light. All right, we're going to go ahead and get it running. I'm going to hit it with the light because it does glow. It's murky over here. And we're going to put that light on it, and you can see that guy glowing. And Stephen, thank you so much. That is going to you. That is a really cool piece. I got super excited when I found that piece at the antique store. All right, let's see here. We are on the red piece of glass. I think this is our first red piece of glass today. This is like an Amberina, I'm pretty sure. I love discounts. Are you here? I know you love Amberina. We have this guy here. Look at how beautiful this one is. So you have that orangish handle here. You can see that orange down around the bottom, your typical Amberina. But it's not just the red and the orange. The design on this is absolutely stunning. Let's see up close so you can just see how beautiful. You have these like, I think they're applied glass dots going down in multiple places here. And so you kind of have that around. And then you have like these dips in the middle. It is really a neat, unique type pattern. Let's go ahead and see this glow. Now this doesn't light up like the whole thing, but you will see the orange pieces here really glow. We're also going to hit it with the light. All right, it is in there. We'll switch over. You can already see some of that glow going on. And we're going to put some more light on that. And you can see the orange there where it pops. Again, this isn't going to be one where the whole thing is glowing, but you get those touches of the cadmium is what makes your Amberina glow. Daisy Lane, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This next one is a big old piece. It is a big piece, but it's beautiful. So think about this. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. Think about this in your glowy cabinet or as a centerpiece on your table. First of all, have you guys seen the girl on Facebook? I see her all the time where she has her whole dining room completely decked out in glow glass. Like she has all the lights and like she turns the regular lights off. Her whole dining room just lights up. It is the coolest thing ever. Okay, so I think of her when I look at pieces like this. Look at this bowl. It is a console bowl. It has 3 feet. Around the edges, you have like seahorses. So the feet are actually like seahorses. And then you have the beautiful roses etched in there. This is gorgeous. It is. The feet are so cute. Let's see up close just so you can see how adorable these feet are. Look at that. You can see the little seahorses going around. The beautiful roses on there. No chips or cracks. This bowl is... Okay, it's not 3 feet. I do not know why I put... Oh, 3-footed. I was like, 3 feet? There's no way I'd ship that. 3-footed bowl, 11-inch diameter. Let's take a look at the glow. Confused myself with my notes there. I gave myself a little heart attack. All right, there you go. Absolutely beautiful glow on this one. And it's starting for just $1. And that is running right now. 11 inches with 3 feet. It is a beautiful glow, isn't it? And it glows on the back side too. It's just that the lights are more concentrated to the front with the way we have it set up. You know, every time Southern Charm bids, my husband gets mad at her over here. Southern Charm, thank you so much. That is going home with you. Literally going home with you.
Thank you.
This by far, this is another item that I seem to have in every glow show is a pair of candlestick holders because they're elegant. They are just simply elegant.
I'm gonna put her in the bubble.
And we start these at $1. Look at that. Look at that. I can like do bicep curls with these things. You're going to get both of these. They glow like crazy. You have to make the shipping with us. Absolutely. And so you're going to get a pair of these, but look at how beautiful they are. There, you can put taper candles in there. You can also put, I do not know the proper name of them, but like the glass holders that with the little bottom, you can put glass holders in here to add even more elegance to it. Think of that. Think of the red glass holders that sit here where you put your candles in at Christmas time. So you get your clear glass and you get the red. That would be so pretty. These are early 1930s. Our black lights, Halloween. But let's take a look at how they glow. First off, though, 11 inches at the widest part, 11 inches across. All right, and 7 inches tall. We're going to put one here so you can just see it in its natural beauty there. I'm going to put one in the glow box. And we're going to have to turn it a bit because it's really big to fit in my box. All right. Let's show the glow before I hit start on this auction. Look at that. I'm going to try to turn it so you can see all of it here. It's not going to all fit, but you can see all of it is glowing. Let's see. We'll leave it like that. That way you get the most sight there. And you're going to get both of these guys running right now. That's how it looks naturally. And that's how it's going to look with the glow. You're going to get the pair. Nice, heavy glass. So they are really substantial pieces. And they are in wonderful condition. Like, I am not finding any chips or cracks on them at all. And Stephen, congratulations. These are amazing.
On its way to you.
Amazing pieces. Okay, this pickle dish. First of all, has anybody heard or have seen on CG Boomerang Echo's website that there's supposed to be a war of the pickles? Eventually, someday. Not sure when it's scheduled for, but it's being advertised on her website. If you're prepared, I've got another item for you. If you are even planning on being in War of the Pickles, or you just like pickles, or you just like really cool, unique things, I got you covered. I got your back here. Watch this. Look at this piece of glass. This is a pickle dish. Okay. This is your favorite. This has to be one of my favorites too, because okay, Millicent, should I hold off and wait on this and run this in a few minutes? Or do you want me to run it now? This one's your call. Nope, run it. No, I'm taking no as running it now. Run. Okay. So it looks kind of plain like blue to you, right? There's actually a swirl. Let's see if we can see it from the top. And not only is there a swirl, there's words. Look do you see the swirl in there? You can see how the glasses like swirl like a marbled look. You've got this beautiful, what to me looks like a princess. Let's take the lights down just a little bit. And then on top of it, like that's not even enough, around the outside. All right, can you like back out a little bit? The lights are like blinding me. All right, around the outside, it says, Love's request, let me show you right here. Love's request is pickles. It legit says Love's request is pickles. How cool is that? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so amused. I just love that it says Love's request is pickles. We have a pickle plate at every holiday meal. It holds pickles, beets, baby corn. Nice. Here you go. You can have a new pickle plate. How cool is this? And it's at your Love's request. So we're going to check out the glow. So not only do you get really cool, marbly, swirled looking blue glass, it talks about pickles. It has a really pretty lady in it. But look at this glow. It is so bright you can't even see the picture in it anymore. That is running right now. Thank you all for your bids. And Daisy Lane, that is going to you. That is an awesome
Thank
purchase.
you.
This is one of those pieces that I get really, really excited about. If you couldn't tell, that's a really cool one. All right, we are going to move on to, I have had this one listed for a while, and I'm starting something new. Instead of having stuff that's going to sit around being listed and just sitting on my shelves, it's going to go into my shows now. We're going to start running these things at $1. So I brought this bride's bowl into this show. We're going to run this one at $1. This is the next one that's listed. Now, the whole thing doesn't light up, but we do have some glow going on, which I will show you. But this is such a beautiful piece. Let's show you from the top, because this is all hand painted on there. And I do not know what purpose this served, unless maybe to hold it in a certain manner. But it's very unique, very cool. Love the crimped edges and all of these little flowers and decorative parts that are all hand painted. And of course, the blue is absolutely stunning. There is the back side of it. Silvercrest Victorian Wedding Bowl. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and take a look at the glow. It is more around the edges. I'm gonna have to show you this way. Let's see. I'm gonna have to hold it and do it. It is really around the edges. So if you know about the Silvercrest, it's really the Silvercrest part that glows. And I will hit it with the light here in just a second for you. That is up and running. And all around the edges, you can see that green glow. The whole thing kind of glows, but the edges really pop. Daisy Lane, thank you so much. That is such a pretty piece. I am so
Thank
happy it's
you.
going to you. That is a good win, isn't it? That's a beautiful bowl. All right, we have purple bowls. These are more like your basic little bowls. You can put spices in them. You can add them to your Halloween decor, or just fill them up with something in your glowy box. But they are purple bowls. Not sure of the maker. They're pretty simple in their design. They have like a diamond cut pattern. They do have a little bit of flea bites around the top, but you are getting 2 of them. We're going to run them at $1. All right, we're going to do it like this. We're going to put one here so you can see it. There is a scratch. I did put it in the listing. So on this guy here, there is a scratch. It is not a crack. I can feel it on the top. It is just a surface scratch. It doesn't go all the way through. But the full disclosure, and I did put that in the listing. And that has a really great glow. So you can see what they look like without the light. And we'll switch over to the light. And that is up and running. You're going to get both of those. Annette, thank you so much.
Thank
That
you.
is heading to you. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's see what else we have. For some reason, you guys, and I hate to do this to anybody who pre-bid, I do not know why number 1 and number 33 are showing up again. They were not there before the show started. I only had one because I literally went through the list to set my items up. So I know they were only there once. I am going to cancel those because we already sold them, and I do not want to run somebody's card and not be able to deliver. So I am going to cancel those products really quick just so that we don't have any mistakes. I do apologize for that. Again, I do not know why they showed up a second time. All right. So that is everything is pre-listed. I do have some random items. So let's run some random items for you guys. Everything that I have left here, I have about 5 or 6 pieces. Let's start with this piece here. This is a frosted piece. So you have like a frosted, it reminds me of like a sherbet dish, but I don't know if I'd actually use this for food. I just think it's too pretty. You've got a really big flower there and some leaves going around. And this is a really unique amber color frosted, like a compote, very small compote. And it does have a nice glow to it. Look at how pretty that is. I want to show you that flower. Can I get to there you go. So you have that gorgeous flower and like the stem just kind of wraps around the rest of it. And that is the inside. You can see that flower on the inside. Let's take a look at that glow. This is another one of those murkier glows, but it is one that also surprised me that it actually glowed. We're going to hit it with the light too so you can see a little bit better. It is starting at $1, and that is going right now. All right. And that is going to CMM. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me put a number. Since that is random, let me grab my numbers real quick, which I buried under items, of course. Of course, I would do something like that. All right. Thank you so much. Let's move on to our next one. I got another little figurine. Look at this little duck. Is that not cute? It's his little clear glass ducky. Let's see him up close. He's just like swimming around. Just keep on swimming. It might not be Nemo. This little duck. Song still fits. Little wings. Little tail feathers. He's adorable. Let me give you a measurement. He's only a few inches tall. About 3 inches tall. And let's see how much he lights up. He's a murky one. He's not a big glower. So we're going to have to hit him with the light. Let's see here. He is not a bright glower, but he is adorable. We'll get the light going on him there. And he is up and running. You get a cute little ducky duck. If I can hold my light still. I'm leaning back to see the screen while I'm trying to hold the light. I'm not that coordinated. And 2 peas in a pod. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's see, what do we have next? I have a few more pieces here. We're going to go clear, color, clear. We have a sugar bowl. This is an open sugar bowl, 2-handled, absolutely stunning, beautiful design, sawtooth top. Let's take a look at that design. Very beautiful. I love things with 2 handles. I don't know why. I just think it makes them look nicer for some reason than just 1 handle. And this guy does glow really beautiful. If you look at the bottom. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. All right, let's go put it over here. And take a look at that glow. Oh, that's pretty bright. Loving it. And that is up and running. Thank you for your bids. Patricia, thank you so much. Let me get a number on that one. I have, over the last couple of weeks, have been moving to doing mainly pre-listings. But we have a few randoms here, but I am trying more and more on my Saturday shows to go to pre-listing. We're giving it a try. We're going to see how it goes and see if I like it better than random. It's been so long since I've done pre-listing. Thought it was time to try it again. All right. Oh, I've got this guy up here too. Look at that. I forgot one I stuck way up at the top. Look at this little red bud vase. This is from Italy. Yes, I am correct. It does say made in Italy at the bottom. Let's take a look at that sticker so you can see it too. There we go. Made in Italy. It is a little rubbed off, but you can still read the words at the top. And it is a bud vase. It looks like a triangle, which is pretty cool. It has a triangle look to it, and it does glow. It stands 4 inches tall, and you have the small bud vase opening. And this has a really cool, unique glow. Look at that. How cool is that? And that's up and running right now. I love the uniqueness of this glow. I love discounts. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So I love discounts because I don't see orange on this. I would not call this Amberina. Do you consider this Amberina glass? Because to me it looks solid red, but you can, obviously once we put it under light, you see some differences there. We'll wait and see. I know you collect it, know more about Amberina glass than I do. All right, we're going to do the candlestick holder in a second. We have this guy. Let me make sure, this was sitting at the top. Let me make sure this belongs in. No, we're going to hold off on him. He's not glowing. Let's do this guy instead. I know this guy glows. All right. We have another candlestick holder. Not as elaborate as the set that we had earlier, but this is still really neat. This would look really cool mixed in. If you had some flower frogs around here and you could put your candles in here, this glows. And then just imagine like your flower frogs with some really beautiful bouquets. So it doesn't fit on my riser. I'm going to have to hold it here. We're going to do a balancing act. So you have the 4 points where you can put your candles in. And again, you can also put the votive holders in here to like give it a different touch, different look if you wanted to. I just thought it was really neat and will look really cool with some flowers around it. Let's check out the glow on this. We're going to lean it this way to see if we can see it better. There you go. Nice glow on there. And that is going to run right now. Up and going for $1. Thanks for your bids. Daisy Lane, thank you so much. Let me
Thank you.
put a number on there. My numbers are stuck. All right. We have one final item tonight. Let me make sure I'm correct in that. Yes, one final item. There are so many great things. Thank you, Millicent. I appreciate that. Yes, my love. I see. Thank you so much. All right. We are going to run this guy. This beautiful piece. This is not a guy. I need to have a little more respect for this. This is a beautiful piece. This is more of a religious piece. So I'm pretty sure this depicts Mary. And of course you have your smooth glass on the outside and your etching on the back. So it kind of shines through. This looks really great if you put a twinkle lights. We're going to do it this way. Twinkle lights or a votive or something behind it. It is absolutely just a beautiful, beautiful piece. I love how it has like this cut around the edges. It stands 3.5 inches tall and about 3 1/4, 3.5 wide, and it does glow. So not only can you put something behind it to get that glow coming through from the back to make it look really beautiful on this frosted part, it has a really good green glow. Okay, hold on. My husband's correcting me. Can you please let everybody know? Because I am wrong on my assessment. Look, I can admit when I'm wrong occasionally.
That seems to be depicting the Sacred Heart and Jesus holding the Sacred Heart, not the Madonna.
All right, there you go. Now you have it. He knows a little bit more about that than I do. So I'm going to go with his assessment. It has a very, very faint glow. So I'm also going to hit it with our light. I do not know. Sorry. Oh, I figured you were busy doing that. That's why I didn't say nothing. All right. We're going to go ahead and run it. I'm going to also hit it with the light. This one has a very faint green glow. But you can see it there, particularly when I put the light on it. Annette, thank you so much. That is going to you. Let me get a number on it.
Thank you.
There's nothing worse than selling stuff and not labeling it and then getting it messed up in shipping. So there we go. We're good. That was the last thing I had for this show. I do try to limit the glow show because, again, it is all glass and that's going to be a lot of packing. So to make sure that I can do that timely and safely, we only do a certain number of items on the glow show. So I appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for your bids and talking in the chat. My next glow show, it's probably already listed. They come up about every 4 to 6 weeks, probably more like 6 weeks before the next one comes up. They will start to become every single month, but I'm trying to ease into a new schedule. So probably in about another 6 weeks, and then it'll go to every 4 weeks after that. In the meantime, I'm out there sourcing, trying to find stuff for the next glow show. So y'all have a great weekend. Don't forget Reselling Roundtable. Look at that. Millicent's, you're 2 steps ahead of me. Reselling Roundtable tomorrow. Millicent's put, oh, she didn't know? You're talking, look at that. I gave you credit. You always do that for me though. Millicent's usually puts it in for us. Reselling Roundtable tomorrow at 6:30. Thank you, Millicent's. I just saw your name and I assumed because you always do it so well for us and I really appreciate that. Tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. It is a live podcast, so you can ask questions, and we do try to answer them if we can. With that, we are going to go find somebody to raid. Y'all have a really great rest of your weekend. Let's go. go see Grammy G. We haven't. She's a really good supporter. I want to go check her out. I think we rated her last week, but we're going to go ahead and do it again. Easy.